Hey lovely, welcome to the Lovely Home Podcast. I'm your host Evelyn, and I'm also known as your Rhythms Girl. Your Rhythms Girl who is going to help you stop going to bed and then immediately start tearing yourself down. Your Rhythms Girl who is going to help you start building routines and rhythms that work for how your brain is literally wired. Your Rhythms Girl who is going to encourage you to rest in the present, to rest in grace, and to acknowledge the loveliness that God has given you each and every day. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and grab a nice little drink or something, and let's chat about all things lovely. Hello, and welcome back to the Lovely Home Podcast. I'm your host, Evelyn, and I'm so excited to tell you about what is in today's episode because we have a lot of things happening over here at All Things Lovely Co. and over here on the Lovely Home Podcast. We're going to be doing some changes. We're going to be talking about those changes, and then I'm going to be giving y'all a life update for something that's happening in my personal life. And then I will also tell you 3 mistakes that I made while I was engaged during the wedding planning process. Those will be just fun little story bit. And then we will close out today's episode with the 2 lovely things of the week. If you would like to submit your 2 lovely things, you should totally go to the episode notes and then click the link in the description that will take you to a Google form where you can tell me your lovely things of the week, and I will share them in the episode. This is just a really fun way to involve you guys in the episode, and it's just really fun to hear your lovely thing being talked about on a podcast that someone else is doing, and then you can encourage all these other women that listen to the show by sharing what's lovely to you. So yes, definitely go to the show notes and do that, please. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in today's episode. Let's go ahead and address the thing that will affect you guys the most. Now, today's episode is the last Lovely Home Podcast normal episode to air on a Monday. All right, we are changing this little podcast, the more conversational podcast, the more I address specific topics podcast. We are changing that to be Lovely Wednesday. So on Wednesday, this is where we're going to have your normal typical podcast, like so. And then on Monday, you guys, this is going to sound insane, but just hang with me. On Monday, we're going to be starting Monday Mastermind. Okay, I'm so excited. So Monday Mastermind is actually going to consist of 3 different episodes dropped throughout the day. You do not have to listen to any of them unless you want to. You can just listen to 1. You can listen to 2, you can listen to all of them. But what are they? Your first one is your morning Monday Mastermind, where you are going to be planning your week, kind of getting a head start. You're going to be answering these journaling prompts that I will be giving you in order for you to plan your week that will help you feel more grace and less guilt in your mind, your life, and your home. We will be naming our chaos and our friction and our roadblocks. We will be naming one specific goal that we would like to achieve that day. We will be naming our goals of the week. We will be creating side quests, which is something I'm going to talk about in this episode so that it makes more sense on Monday. And then we're going to be meal planning, creating our shopping list. We're going to be naming the lovely things that matter to us, and we're going to be creating a list of lovely things that we would like to do throughout the week. I know that sounds like a lot. It's really not, and it will help you get a jump start on the week, and it will help you start your Monday feeling lovely and feeling ready to just tackle everything. These episodes are to help you be able to start being consistent in your weekly planning instead of doing it one week and then falling off. This is encouragement to help you be able to show up every week to do this. Again, you do not have to do it. You do not. But it is for those who are wanting to have guided audio that will help you be able to actually start taking action in your life to managing your home and creating a home that you feel lovely in and grace-filled and beautiful and not guilty in. So yes, that's going to be the morning episode. Then there's going to be another episode in the middle of the day called your midday motivation. This is whenever you, if you are going through Monday and you just hit a rock and you're not wanting to achieve anything, if you're just wanting to quit all of your hopes and dreams and throw all your goals out the window and you have no motivation to do anything at all, you will then come and listen to this short little episode that will be spiritual encouragement to help you go after your goals, help you achieve your to-do list, help you to do the hard things that you really don't want to do. That's going to be your midday motivation. I found myself needing midday motivation every single time I get off work and I'm heading home. The last thing I want to do is start doing things at home because I was just working for 8 hours and I'm exhausted and I don't really want to do anything. I need to have some sort of midday motivation. And so I am creating it for all of us to be able to listen to and continue our day feeling lovely. Then at the end of the day, we will have a short little evening encouragement where I will just give you some more guided questions, journaling prompts, or just things for you to answer mentally in order to help you feel at peace at the end of the day and to help you get ready for the next day. So that is going to be Monday, your Monday mastermind. Now, you might be thinking, Evelyn, how on earth are you going to stay on top of doing 3 episodes when you can barely do 1 a week? That is a fair question. I appreciate you thinking that. So here's the thing. Every single Monday is going to be rerun. So the way that I have created these recordings is that they are very much listen to the prompt and then answer on your own. They're very repeatable, if that makes sense. So I am until they do not work anymore or until y'all are like, Evelyn, please give us some different recordings, then I will be switching out the recordings and maybe creating something new. But every Monday mastermind will be repeated. So it's the same recording. I just post it every single Monday. So it really shouldn't be that hard for me to stay on top of since I've already have them recorded. Now I just have to draft them for eternity or until y'all tell me to stop. But yes, so that's that's what's going on Monday. We are switching our podcast day like this, where you're listening to me talk in a way that's way more conversational, to Wednesday, lovely Wednesday, where you can have your fun little conversations with me and you can submit episode ideas that you would like me to do and in the Google form or in the DM, if you want to DM us podcast ideas too. But yeah, that's what Lovely Wednesday is for our normal podcast episodes. And then you guys, okay. On Friday, y'all are going to think I'm insane, but I want to try this. I really want to try this and I want it to be a helpful tool for all of us because I need help. And if I need help, I know other people need help. And if people need help, I want to help them. So let's all just help each other. Anyways, on Friday, we're going to do Clean With Me episodes. I used to do Clean With Me episodes once a month at the beginning of each month. Now we are going to have it be the same episode. So the same Clean With Me episode reposted every single Friday. So that whenever you want to reset your home, when you want to clean with me and tidy up your space and you're needing to have some sort of encouragement or guide or whatever to help you do that, I will be doing that each and every Friday. Not just for you, but also for me. Because you better bet your buttons I'm going to be listening to all of these recordings too. Because I need it just as much as you guys do. So anyways, that is what's happening. That's the new schedule that's going to be starting as of next week, which is pretty insane. We're going to do Monday Masterminds, which is 3 episodes in one day. Again, don't feel like you have to listen to all of them, just unless you need them. And then we're going to do Lovely Wednesday, which is this kind of episode. And then on Friday, we're going to have Clean With Me episodes where you're going to clean your space and tidy up your space and voila. So I'm so excited. And I hope y'all are excited too. And if y'all are like, holy cow, Evelyn, this is just too much. I won't be able to listen to all of this. That's fine. You don't have to. My friend, you should never, ever, ever feel pressured to listen to every single thing I put out there. You are in control of whatever you listen to. You can go through and pick whatever you want and then listen to it. No one is telling you that you need to be here for every single episode. This isn't like a TV show where if you miss an episode, you're just completely lost. You just show up whenever and however you want to. All right. Now that I've been talking for 10 minutes about that, let's go ahead and tell you about my major life update happening right now. So, as long as I have been doing this podcast, actually, as long as I have been running my home since getting married in 2022, I have been a nanny. I've been a nanny for the best family in the world. They feel like my family. They are amazing. I have so many wonderful things to say about them. I love their children. I love the boy that I have spent the last 4 years of my life with. But that season is being brought to an end. And that has been really difficult for me to come to terms with. That's kind of why this podcast has been so spotty recently, is because this other thing has been consuming my life mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I have just been on a struggle bus over here because I know that God is calling me to a new season, a season of growth, a season of new beginnings, and I'm not ready for it personally. Like I am ready for it, but I'm not prepared for it because all my last 4 years, like all of my marriage, I have been a nanny for this family. So, but God is closing that door and well, I guess he's not really closing it because I'm still going to be involved in their life. Like we're still going to hang out and see each other. But he's pulling me towards new beginnings. And I'm very excited for where he is pulling me because it is something that I feel like I will really thrive in and be able to pay more attention to y'all in, if that makes sense. And that is, I'm going to be a bridal stylist at a bridal boutique in my hometown. Hometown? I don't even live there. In somewhere local, like local nearby me, I will be working at a bridal boutique, being a bridal stylist, helping brides find their wedding dress. And y'all, is that not the most Evelyn job you've ever heard? I have always wanted to be a bridal stylist. Like, as soon as I started looking for jobs, I immediately tried to be a bridal stylist, but you had to be 18 because of, I don't really know why, but I had to be 18. So I was like, okay, I'll wait until I'm 18 to sign up to be a bridal stylist. But by the time I was 18, I was working at other places and it just kind of like I lost it. But when I was little, we watched Say Yes to the Dress all the time, right? Like, I mean, who didn't? Who didn't? 4 weddings and Say Yes to the Dress. Those probably honestly ruined the wedding industry and how people should treat others in the wedding industry, but it's fine because those shows like influenced brides and the family of the brides how they should act, quote unquote, to people in the bridal industry, like when planning their wedding or at their wedding, like the whole bridezilla term, like momzilla, whatever. Anyways, this is the whole pedestal that I could get on and talk about right now, but I won't. But anyways, so we all watched those shows growing up. And my sister and I, when we were little, we would save up our allowance to be able to buy fabric at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or wherever, and we would like shape and fashion wedding dresses on us using that fabric. And we would take turns being like the bridal consultant. And so I have always wanted this job. And just looking back and like knowing that was something I did as a little girl, telling people that all I wanted to do was design wedding gowns. I don't know. I just love weddings. Like, we would play dress up in my aunt's wedding dresses when we were little because they were at my grandparents' house. So then we would just go ham and try on these wedding dresses and play consultant and play wedding. And I have just always been obsessed with weddings. I have. I love weddings. And I would work with different people within the wedding industry. Like, I have worked with a day of coordinator. I have worked with wedding florists. I have worked with day of setup. I have worked with tear down. I have been like to a lot of weddings being in the wedding industry. So I was kind of able to build up my resume. Like, God was just helping me build up my resume to be able to one day do this. And now all of the pieces are falling into place and God is really blessing this road. And I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the future looks like with this, but I am so excited, you guys. I'm so excited. So I am really looking forward to knowing how God is going to use this new road with my business. Like, how is this going to come together in like a beautiful little package with a bow? We're not really sure quite yet, but I do think it's going to help with content creation and helping me kind of figure out how to address the crowd that I'm just rambling, truthfully. So I'll stop. But yes, I am getting a new job. I am not going to be with the family that I nannied for, which I've cried so much, you guys. Like, I have cried so much about this. It's pretty absurd. And then I'm going to be becoming a bridal stylist. So that's very exciting. It's very exciting. I get to surround myself with wedding gowns. Literally a dream job. Literally. But here's the thing. I have been creating morning routines, evening routines, cleaning routines, wedding routines, wedding routines, like marriage routines. I have been creating all of those based around this 8 to 4 job that I have. I still have. Like, I'm still technically with the family until like August 7th. But, anyways, so I have no idea how the future is going to look because I have no idea what my schedule is going to look like quite yet. And I'm starting to get a little panicky because, like, all of these rhythms that I've been working so hard to keep up with and have over the past 4 years, I feel like are going to have a major shift. So that will be interesting. We're all going to be in this together. That's kind of why I'm also creating Monday Mastermind and Reset Fridays, like Clean With Me Fridays, because I know that I'm going to need them. I know I kind of already said that, but it's true. I'm going to need them. So, yes, that's the big thing happening in my life right now and the big thing that's happening on the show. And I'm so excited. And it's going to help me reach my download goal. I have a download goal that I'm keeping a secret. But you guys, this podcast has been blessed so much. I am so incredibly thankful for each and every one of you. You are making this podcast a success. Like, I'm just a girl talking in a microphone. Y'all are the ones making it a podcast. And I'm so incredibly thankful for that. If you would like to share the show with your friends, your family, your sister, your mom, your husband, your hairdresser. We love hairdressers over here, you guys. I also got a haircut and I need to do like a hair reveal. I haven't done that yet. Anyways, I had coffee today. Can you tell? Can you tell? But I also would love if y'all considered leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify, or if you would like to comment on any of the episodes. Like, if you're listening on Spotify, you can comment on episodes now. Definitely leave me a comment of either your favorite thing of the week or an episode idea that you would like me to create. Those are very, very helpful for me. But your ratings and your reviews are really what keep the show going. I am so thankful for every single review. I have read all of them and I have almost cried at all of them. And just knowing that there are people out there actually listening to me. I mean, hello. I'm like scatterbrained type B housewife wannabe person. Ugh. But God is so good and He is so awesome. And y'all are truly a gift and a blessing from God. And y'all are proof that He exists. That sounds kind of crazy. I know, but I, I, I don't know how to explain it. So, anyways, let us go ahead and move on. That's like the big thing that's happening in my personal life that is going to affect the future quite a bit. So let's dive into now 3 mistakes that I made when I was engaged. This may be relatable to you if you're already married and you made some of these mistakes as well, but also this is for those of you who are planning on getting married and you are engaged right now. Like, this is encouragement for you. Mistake number 1 was I rushed the process. I did not sit in the fact that I was engaged. I was rush, 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 rush. And then I cared so much about preparing for the marriage that I didn't really take in the fact that I was engaged. You are engaged for only a short amount of time. You are only able to enjoy your engagement one time, Lord willing. And I totally rushed that process. I did not, the only thing that I did that I'm glad that I did is I had a very specific copy order that I would only order when I was wedding planning. So that's something that I remember that I did. It was a vanilla latte with whipped cream. I know, very simple, but it was just like my go-to drink anytime I was wedding planning because I love the five senses. So I was like, I need to have something that I can like I need to have to pair something lovely for each sense while I'm wedding planning that I can associate forever with wedding planning. So yeah, a vanilla latte with whipped cream. That was like my thing. That's also something I encourage you to do is to have very specific things for this season of life so that whenever you smell them or taste them or see them, that is what you think of. But I 100% rushed the process and it really affected my relationships. I was very selfish. Like looking back, everyone talks about it's your wedding, and it's true. It is your wedding. You should care about the things that you want for your wedding, and you should decide on the wedding dress of your dreams based off of your opinion and what you love. And like, if people don't like your wedding dress, like, it's not their wedding dress, it's your wedding dress. That's what's going to be coming with you after the wedding. That's the dress that potentially your future daughter is going to play dress up in. It matters what you like for that. But anyways, so yes, it is your wedding. And yes, you have the like top say in things, but I also want you to really look around you and notice that this is other people's wedding as well. Like, I know how that sounds because it goes against pretty much everything that everyone is saying, but I want you to look at your mom. Your mom, you're her daughter. Your mom, her daughter is getting married. Maybe for the first time ever. So, like, maybe this is the first wedding in the family. Your mom is having to experience the first wedding in her family. She's having to experience her daughter getting married for the first time. She's having to watch, like, her daughter go through the wedding planning process, just like how she had to go through the wedding planning process for her wedding. Like, it's so much more than just you. And I want you to really remember that there are so many people involved in this process more than just you. I know that sometimes family can be a little difficult, and I know that sometimes relationships can be strained a lot during this process. But please put yourself in their shoes too, and knowing that this is just a first for everyone and not just you. So, like, I remember my mom picking out her mother of the bride dress and me not really like caring or making that experience special for her. Like, it wasn't even a thought in my mind to be there for her in that situation. And again, like, yes, it was my wedding, but like, it was my mom's daughter getting married. Like, I should have been more caring and kind in that. So I would just like make sure that you're being kind to everyone and really listen to the opinions of those that you care about the most. Like, if you and your mom maybe don't have the greatest relationship, or for some reason, you know, whatever, maybe your season of life, that's okay too. But really pay attention to the people you do care about and think about their experience during this engagement experience as well. Like, how do you want them to feel at your wedding? How do you want them to look at your wedding? How would you want people to be treating you if it was their wedding? So anyways, it's so easy to become very selfish when you are engaged and to really think that everything is about you. And in a way it is, but don't turn away your community because of selfishness. Like, I really like cannot stress that enough. Like, don't be like me where I pretty much just like shut everyone out except for my fiance, which, all of my relationships are fine now, but that was definitely something that I made a mistake whenever I was engaged. That I did not care about anyone else's opinion or thoughts, and I really did not. I expected people to do things for me instead of me being thankful for the community that God gave me. Does that make sense? So, anyways, that was mistake number one, and I hope that is encouragement to you. Okay, mistake number two that I made while I was engaged was something that at the time I did not look at as wrong because it wasn't really taught to me that it was wrong. But now looking back, I'm like, no, that was actually pretty inconsiderate, and I would highly advise people not to do this. So, whenever I was engaged, I was newly engaged, I booked an appointment to go to David's bridal. which is like a bridal wedding dress store in the area. And I took my friend and I was like, I'm not getting my dress here. I'm just trying on dresses. I want to just have fun. And I didn't take anyone that I actually was going to be taking to my wedding dress appointments. So I had other wedding dress appointments at other bridal boutiques, and I was just going to David's Bridal to play dress up because I was engaged. And I was like, this is my one time that I can go play dress up because I'm engaged and yada, yada, yada. So you might be thinking like, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Why would that be wrong? Well, so because of Say Yes to the Dress and all of these other shows and influencers and different things, we have been taught to think that trying on a wedding dress has to be like this huge magical experience. We have to cry. We have to think like, "Oh my gosh, this is my dress. I just know this is my dress." Like we very much think that that experience is going to be everyone's experience. And so when I went to David's Bridal, I knew that I wasn't going to have that experience. I went in already thinking that I wasn't going to have that experience because I didn't have anyone there with me that I like actually wanted to say yes to the dress to, like my mom or my sister or any of my bridesmaids. And I, looking back, am realizing that the girl that helped me for like an hour, who was only being paid a very small hourly and commission, wasted an hour of her shift on me with someone who wasn't actually planning on buying a dress. I was not ready to say yes to a dress. I was not ready to commit to a dress. All I wanted to do was play dress up because I was engaged. I did not know that that is actually really inconsiderate to do to the person that is providing that service. Like, it was almost like dining and dashing because this person is doing their best to provide you a magical experience. They're trying to do whatever they can to help you find your wedding dress. Like, it's not even about the money, but they will slave and work hard at trying to help you find your wedding dress and like have this magical moment for you to just be like, oh no, I'm not actually buying a dress today. I'm just here to play dress up. And I'm pretty sure I told that to the girl. And looking back, I'm like, holy moly, how could I do that? Because I didn't know. I didn't know that like they weren't really like paid a whole lot and they were only paid like a majority of their income was from commission. I didn't know that. And I feel really bad looking back because it's like that girl wasted a whole hour of her shift on someone that wasn't actually going to help her be able to bring money home to her season of life, whatever she was going through at that time. And I just feel really bad because I know that that happens to so many different bridal consultants because the education for brides is not out there. There's really not a lot out there that like tells brides kind of how the system works and all of that. And so I'm excited to kind of start telling you that in whatever way that is supposed to be. But the whole mistake there was, again, just selfishness and thinking that the world was spinning around me when there were so many different people that this also affected. Like by me wasting that girl's time, that could have affected her rent, you know? And I I know I shouldn't be holding that with me now, but it has been heavy on my heart and I just like really want to tell people out there like if you were engaged right now, if you are looking for a wedding dress, don't be quote unquote shopping for a wedding dress unless you are ready to commit to a wedding dress. Because if you are just shopping around playing dress up, that's really inconsiderate to not only the consultant, but also to you. Like you are doing yourself a disservice by going and playing dress up in a bunch of these dresses that maybe are way above your budget or nothing at all like what you're wanting because you're clogging your brain and you're not actually narrowing down the vision that you want for your wedding day. You are falling in love with so many different options that's only going to confuse you and make the saying yes experience worse because you're going to be questioning your decision because of all of the different things you clouded your brain with. So, anyways, that's a whole thing. I will not step on that pedestal right now. But if you are newly engaged and if you are wanting to play dress up with as many dresses as you possibly can, just know that that can probably do more harm than good, not just for you, but also for the person that's helping you in those wedding dresses. So, anyways, I just wanted to speak my piece and tell you that mistake that I made when I was engaged. And also, it was embarrassing because I didn't have any of my family there. Like, I don't really know why I did it. Anyways, so that was mistake number 2. And lastly, mistake number 3 while I was engaged was also related to the wedding dress, actually. So weddings are so expensive, right? We all know that weddings can be outrageously expensive. And again, it's because the wedding dress has, or not the wedding dress, the wedding industry has been glorified because of different shows and movies and books and influencers and famous people. So, like, it's just the whole industry itself is so glorified and expensive and it's ridiculous. So, when we are wedding planning, we are typically trying to figure out where we can cut corners. We're trying to figure out how can we do this as cheap as possible. Fun fact, if you order your invitations, like if you design your invitations on Canva and then you order them through Vistaprint, but not as a wedding invitation, as a postcard, that is going to be significantly cheaper than the wedding invitation thing that's on Vistaprint. So don't come at me, Vistaprint. But yes, all of my save the dates and all of my wedding invitations were actually postcards because it was significantly cheaper to have them be a postcard versus having them be the legit wedding invitation offer on the website. Ooh, anyways, so that was a way that I cut corners. That was a way, I don't know if cut corners is like the right term. That was a way I saved money. Something that I also tried to save money on that was a huge mistake, you guys, was my alterations. Mhm. A lot of people don't really know how much to put aside in your budget for alterations because it's not really talked about. A lot of people think, "Oh, I don't need alterations. I can hold my train all night. I don't need a bustle." A lot of people don't actually alter their dress because they think that it is an unnecessary cost. When in reality, alterations is one of the most important things that you need for your wedding because you're getting your dress altered for the pictures. I'm not going to lie. Everyone will know if you had your dress altered or not. Everyone will know. And we will know because of how the dress lays on your body, how it looks in photographs. So you're getting your dress altered because of the timelessness of the photographs that will follow for indefinitely until the photographs are like thrown away or whatever. So, anyways, I thought that I could save money on alterations for my wedding dress because I just. So, I went to a lady that I was told would be very affordable. And she was very sweet. She was a very sweet woman, but her expertise were not in wedding dresses. Her expertise were in, like, I don't even know. Because the alteration job that was done on my dress was horrendous. It was a hot mess. You guys, it was a hot mess. And I got my wedding dress and then my mom and I kind of started freaking out because we were so close to the wedding date and I had this awful alterations job. And this happens so often. So please, like, go ahead and right now, if you're engaged, try to set aside like $1,000 for alterations. You don't have to spend all of the $1,000 on alterations, but that way you just have this little safety blanket of money that can go towards making this dress be the dress for you, fit for you, for your day of comfort, as well as for your photographs. But anyways, so then my mom and I are like freaking out trying to find last minute alterations lady that can actually do a good job. We actually did it right the second time. And we ended up spending way more money than was necessary because we had the cost of the bad alterations job. And even though it was cheaper than, like, say, it would have been if I had done it right the first time around, you get what you pay for. And so we ended up paying so much more because not only did we pay the lady to get what we paid for, but then we also had to pay the actual alterations lady who did a really amazing job and saved my wedding dress. We had to pay her. And so it was so much more expensive than it needed to be if I had just done it right the first time. If your bridal shop recommends alterations and if they recommend specific people, that is because those specific people have been vetted. Like, they are known to be good and hardworking. They are known to like really care about your dress and not just treat it like any sort of other dress. And it is for a reason. It's not just because like everyone assumes that it's just like money grabbing thing. Like everyone's just trying to make more money when no, not necessarily. It usually is because that person is really good at what they do and they specialize in it for a reason. So yes, that is the third mistake that I made while I was engaged was really thinking I could save money on alterations when it ended up almost ruining my wedding dress. And you hear these stories all the time, all the time. So when in doubt, before you put money towards the sparklers or towards the bubblers or whatever, before you do that, put money aside for alterations, at least $1,000. Like, and again, if you don't have to spend all of that, that's awesome. Then you have money left over. But try to just have $1,000 for alterations. Anyways, those are my 3 mistakes that I made while I was engaged. Mistake number 1, again, was I was incredibly selfish and I totally rushed the process. Mistake number 2 was that I went wedding dress shopping to just play dress up, and then I was really not very nice to the consultant lady. And then mistake number 3 was I tried to save money on alterations, and it ended up being a big, giant mess up. So yeah, that is it. If you would like to hear more of these sort of things, just let me know, and I would love to create this for you. This episode turned out to be a little longer than I was expecting. It's because I was chatty Cathy today with my little coffee addiction problem. And yeah, so I will see y'all next Monday for our first Mastermind Monday. And then that's going to be so much fun. And then I'll see you again on Wednesday for the lovely Wednesday episode. And then I will see you again on Friday for our Clean With Me episode. I'm so excited. So I told y'all earlier in the episode that I was going to describe what side quests were. Well, on Monday, kind of you'll understand the layout a little bit. But a side quest is like, you know how in a game, whenever you have your main character and they have their main goal, like the main goal that actually completes the game is to save something or find treasure. We'll just say that. So say like your character, your main character, the whole goal of the game is to find the treasure at the end of the game. Well, throughout the game, there's like those little side quests, like you help this lady and she will give you money, or you help this man and he will give you supplies, or you help this man and it gives you this fun little bonus scene that's like a super secret and fun. So anyways, all of those side quests aren't necessary to getting the complete goal, right? Like to actually finishing the game. But those side quests help you like make the most of the game as possible and help you like really dive into your character and dive into this experience and all that fun jazz. So we're going to start doing side quest planning whenever we are doing our weekly planning episodes, which is the Monday episode. We're going to be having our singular goal of the day, which that singular goal is like the end game. Like you complete the game when you do said goal. And then you're going to have side quests. These side quests are things that you're doing that help you become the woman you want to become. So if you want to become someone that goes to Pilates, a side quest is booking a Pilates class. If you want to become someone that reads her Bible more, a side quest is reading your Bible. Like if If you are wanting to do your nails that day because you're wanting to be better at doing your nails more, then you would write down do nails, and that is a side quest. Your main goal would be something along the lines of like, do a full load of laundry today, or finish taxes today, or whatever you want your goal to be. You can have your goal be any of those side quests too, and then just have something else be your side quest. But the side quest is what helps you kind of cast a vote to the person you want to become. We talked about that in a couple episodes ago, where it was like in James Clear's Atomic Habits book, where he talks about how anytime you do something for your future self that that pushes you to be the person you want to become, that is like you casting a vote for who you want to become. If you are doom scrolling, that is you casting a vote to be someone that doom scrolls. If you are going on a walk, that is you casting a vote to someone that is a little more healthy or something. So anyways, that is basically what the side quests are. It's just you are doing things specific to the person that you want to become and that help you create healthy habits and healthy rhythms. So anyways, those are what side quests are. I'm so excited, and I hope y'all are excited too. Let's go ahead and talk about our lovely thing of the week. All right, so my lovely thing of the week has been rereading a book series that I read in middle school. No. I think it was like 8th grade. Yeah, I was probably in 8th grade going into 9th grade reading this book series. But anyways, I have been rereading it, and it has been the best thing ever because I'm actually finally able to retain information that I wasn't able to retain at that time. And also, like, it is crazy how, like, your high school brain reads romance versus how your adult brain reads romance. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's strange. So before I dive more into that, I'm going to tell you the book series. It's called the Gallagher Girl series, and it is written by Allie Carter. If you know this book series, can you please reach out because we need to chat. We need to chat, and you need to read it again if it's been a long time. But basically, it's about a girl. Her name is Cammie Morgan, and she goes to a school of spies. So it's like a private school that like everyone thinks it's just snooty private school girls that like are super rich and whatnot, when in reality, they are training to become spies. And it is just so fun. I absolutely love the characters. I love the story. I love like just how it's just a fun book that is pure and innocent and just gives you childlike joy. And so anyways, I highly recommend that book series if you are looking for a fun, childish read. Like if you just want to be able to complete a whole book series in like a week, this is that book series. The Gallagher Girl book series by Allie Carter. Her All Fall Down series, or her Embassy Row series is also really good if you want to read that. But it's just very I don't know. It's, I guess, teen romance. I don't know, though. I don't know if it's teen romance. Anyways, that has been my lovely thing of the week. And I hope you have been having a bunch of lovely things happening in your week. I want to hear about them. So again, submit them in the Google form. And also, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a kind review. This was very much a more conversational episode where it was just, you and me chatting. So thank you for being here for that. And I will go ahead and stop talking since it's been so long already. Like, goodness gracious. All right. Anyways, well, you are lovely, and so is your home. And thank you so much for being here on the Lovely Home Podcast with me. And I will see y'all again next Monday for our first ever Monday Mastermind. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye. Did you enjoy today's episode? What was your favorite part? I would love to hear about it on a Lovely Rhythms call, as well as discuss with you how you can create lasting rhythms that work for your mind, your menstrual phase, and your love languages. You can book your Lovely Rhythms call right now at allthingslovely.co. And if you've just run out of note-taking space, I highly recommend you checking out the Lovely Home Planner while you're on the website. This undated planner can help you create rhythms that are founded on grace instead of guilt, and is filled with encouragement specifically designed by me for Christian homemakers. It would be such a gift if you left a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts, as well as leaving a 5-star rating on any of your podcast streaming platforms. And if you want to know a way that you can encourage another sister in Christ, go ahead and send them this episode so that they can begin their journey in feeling more grace and less guilt in their mind, life, and home. And lastly, I want to know you're listening. So take a screenshot, upload it to your Instagram story, and tag us at Lovely Home Podcast. Know that you are lovely, and so is your home, because of what Christ has done for you. And I look forward to talking to you again next week on a Lovely Home Podcast. Goodbye!